Lena.
I'm Bryn.
Today we're going to find out the importance of being an upstander.
Let's pass the mic to Natalia.
I'm here with Ms. Rice.
Hi, Natalia.
And we're going to ask her a few questions. So, how does being an upstander affect people?
So when students choose to be upstanders, they are deciding to do something active to either prevent bullying or to support the person who has been bullied.
Okay. Why are people choosing to be a bystander?
People often choose to be a bystander because they're not sure what to do, or they're worried or scared that the bullying could turn to them. Sometimes people really find seeing other people in distress entertainment, so they use it as an opportunity to maybe be a part of something. But ultimately, when students choose to be a bystander, they're making the bullying situation worse.
Okay. How can you convert from a bystander to an upstander?
So the first thing is to notice that somebody's behavior is impacting somebody else, and it's impacting them in a negative way. So you can choose to do something even if you don't feel comfortable saying something to the person who is bullying. You can choose to support the person who is being bullied. And that might be like, hey, why don't we go somewhere else so that you're getting the person out of that situation. It could be even sending them a text later in the day saying, hey, what I saw was really not okay. I'm sorry you went through that. I'm here for you. And then again, if you do feel like you have the courage and you know what to say, saying something is always helpful because it lets the person who's being the bully know that their power can be diminished.
Okay, how often do you see bullying at Emerson Middle School?
You know, bullying is something we've talked about, right, in our second step lessons, that it is over time, it's repeated, and there's usually a power difference. We do see it definitely at Emerson, and I work with our administration, Dr. Limo, Mrs. Schulman, Ms. Solius, to support and investigate those situations. But what I see often at Emerson is social conflict or mean behaviors. We're not really understanding the other person's perspective, so we're not always responding in ways that are kind or helpful. So definitely I see social conflict every day, and that's something that we're working to address so that it doesn't become bullying.
Okay. Why is it important to be an upstander rather than a bystander?
I think you feel good about yourself when you do the right thing, right? So when you see something happen and you actively decide to do something and support a person, you in turn feel good about yourself for doing the right thing. When you choose to be a bystander, I think oftentimes students tend to still feel guilty. They feel uncomfortable. It's a situation that hasn't been resolved and they didn't do anything. And ultimately it helps support a person who may be really, really struggling in that moment.
Today we found out a valuable lesson on why it's important to be an upstander rather than a bystander, and the difference between the two. In fact, Milena, what is the difference between the two?
Great question. The difference is that a bystander is a person that watches or absorbs the problem, and a bystander is someone who sticks up for the victim and doesn't stand by watching. But the main question is, why is it important to be an upstander rather than a bystander? Natalia, can you answer this?
Sure. The importance is that it can affect someone both mentally and physically, meaning that it can change someone's whole mindset and make them feel comfortable to be themselves around people.
We all learned a new thing today.
And we hope you did too.
Thanks for watching, and a special thanks to Ms. Rice.
Yes!